Hello there, I'm Kevin Egan and welcome to BTN Soccer Report. Well, it's finally here, Big Ten regular season soccer. This past weekend saw defending champions Indiana kick things off with a win at home to Penn State. The Wildcats and Spartans had to settle for a 1-1 tie after double overtime. Wisconsin overcame Loyola Marymount by 2-1, and that 3-2 classic in Columbus leads us to our game of the week. It took just 16 minutes for the home side to break the deadlock. Austin McEnena with a quality finish off the post, and that's the junior's second goal this season. But after some poor Buckeye defending, Fabio Pereira tied things up with a sweet left-footed strike. In the 85th minute, Ezekiel Harris looked to have snatched an away win for Michigan with a deflected effort. But just 90 seconds later, Parnell Hengi put enough pressure on the Wolverine defence to force home a dramatic equaliser. Overtime only lasted 34 seconds with some sloppy Michigan play, allowing Parnell's brother Chris to finish in style. 3-2 the final in Columbus. And I'm delighted to welcome in BTN Soccer analyst Richard Broad. Richard, in an overall sense, what can you expect from this year's conference play?
Well, it's going to be, as usual, Kevin, very, very competitive. The Big Ten is always that way, one of the best balanced conferences, as well as one of the best conferences in the country. Just remember 2 years ago, I said that somebody's going to win this conference with 2 losses. And, in fact, Ohio State did. It's just always that way. Very hard to predict. And any of a number of teams, everybody's going to be in the hunt usually.
Now, Richard, when we look at all 7 schools, we've got such disparity among our coaches with such experience and youth.
Well, you do. You have some really outstanding coaches in the conference. Of course, Jerry Yeagley set the standard for the Big Ten for so long. He's the dean of coaches in the Big Ten, dean of coaches across the country. Nobody's done what Jerry Yeagley has done at Indiana, and he raised the standard.
Can you see Indiana retaining their Big Ten championship?
Well, for this year to pick 1 year is very hard to predict. What I see Indiana doing is really coming back to the level that they had before. And don't get me wrong, Indiana was not bad the last 5 or 6 years under Mike Freitag. Mike is a very capable coach, a fine job at Indiana, but the bar is a lot higher there in Bloomington than almost anywhere else. And Indiana was good the last several years, but not Indiana good. And they've got a guy who's the right guy. I mean, if there's anybody that understands all the intangibles that go into Indiana's program, it's Todd Yeagley, and he really is. He couldn't have had any better place to have dinner discussions for all his life, could he?
Richard Broad, you're absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much for your time. We'll speak to you again soon.
Great, Kevin. Good to talk to you.
Now, BTN.com will air Northwestern's home clash against Missouri State on Saturday. Join myself and Rob Coons for the call from 8 p.m. Eastern. And on Sunday, Ohio State will look to win back-to-back games when they travel to East Lansing. Be the first to know when soccer programming is on BTN, including games, interviews with your favourite coaches and players, by getting programming alerts on your mobile phone. Text MSOC to 20284 or log on to btn.com/alerts. Message and data rates may apply. Well, that's all from our BTN studios here in Chicago. Make sure to check us out on Twitter at BTN Soccer Report. Until next time, take care.